So I was visiting one of our teams in India this summer, and we were in the back of a van driving back from the orphanage that the team had just been working at. And the team was talking about all the pain that they had seen, the poverty. Some of these kids were sniffing glue to hide their hunger pains. Young girls have been rescued out of sex trafficking. There's over 1 billion people in India, and less than 10% of them are Christian. So the team had the question, are we really making a difference? Is what we're doing really going to have an impact on the people?
My name is Garrett Pearson. I'm a youth ministry major, and I went to Uganda this summer on ORU missions.
My name is Jordan Carter. I'm an international community development major, and I went to Tanzania, Africa last summer with ORU missions.
My name is John Pagtillon. I'm a finance pre-med major, and I went to Cameroon, Africa this last summer with ORU missions.
My name is Michael Fletcher. I'm a psychology major, and I went to Brazil this past summer with ORU missions.
My name is Sharia Martin. I am a biology major, and last summer I went to Brazil with ORU missions.
So when we got back to the hotel, we started thinking about the story in the Bible about how Jesus fed the 5,000. And we thought about how the disciples must have felt when they saw all those masses of people in their great need, and they knew that they didn't have what it took to meet those needs. They knew that the people were hungry, so they were going to send them away. But Jesus said, don't send them away. Let's feed them. But they said, how can we? All we have are these few loaves and fishes. We don't have enough. And Jesus said to them, bring them to me.
My team and I were driving down the streets of Kampala. Now at the corner of my eye I saw a beggar. And when the van stopped, we trekked back, only to find an 11-year-old girl named Fortuma, with no arms and no legs, begging on the side of the street for change. We didn't know what to do, but we knew we had to take her to Christ. So we put her in the van and we brought her to a school owned by one of the contacts. And there he provided her an education and 3 square meals a day and introduced her to Jesus Christ. And when we first met her, we didn't know what we had to offer her, but we knew we had to take her to him. And because of him, her life will never be the same again.
Me and my team went to a village where people never heard of Jesus before. We didn't know how we were going to tell them or what we were going to say, but we got to build a birthing clinic and share the gospel with these people for the very first time. All we did was bring the lost to him. And because of that, 52 people who never heard of Jesus before came to know him.
This last summer, a team of 13 pre-med students and I were able to use what little knowledge of medicine that we had, our limited experience, our limited knowledge in medicine, we brought that to God. And with that willing heart and that love for God and that love for people, we were able to reach the people of Cameroon.
I love basketball. I've been playing since I was a little kid. I always wonder why or how God can use me, use my gifts and talents for his kingdom. This summer, my team and I were able to bring our gifts and talents to him, and in doing that, we was able to see many lives changed.
My passion is to see people come to know the love of Christ. And so this past summer, I just brought that desire to Christ, and my team and I were able to have the opportunity to work side by side with people in some Amazon villages, just helping with the construction of their churches there. And our willingness to help them with that practical need allowed them to experience the love of Christ in a new way. And through that, we were able to see people's lives changed, even in the far reaches of the Amazon jungle.
So when Jesus told the disciples to bring them to him, he was talking about what little they have. He said, bring those few loaves and fishes. And when they brought that to him, he fed not only the 5,000, but there was even more left over. And that's what God does. He takes what little that we have, our feelings of inadequacy, our feelings that we don't have what it takes. And if we'll just bring that to him, our skills, our talents, he'll take that and he'll do even more than we imagined. And that team in India, when they did that, when they brought their love, when they brought their talents to those kids, they saw over 62 of those kids come to know the Lord. And not only that, but over 40 of their parents came to know God for the first time. And all they did was simply bring them to him.
This summer, I had the privilege of leading a trip to Zambia and Zimbabwe with ORU missions. We went to a church service one morning and a man came in walking with a walker. Me and a teammate prayed for him that morning and he was healed. After the church service, he came up to me and he extended his hand and he said, I want to meet the man that healed my leg. And all I could say was, I didn't heal your leg. Jesus did, and he desperately wants to know you.